Folks, Sandamtod here, listening to some Tiffany. This song is in the soundtrack to the Umbrella Academy season that just came out, and it's in one of the episodes, and it was stuck in my head forever. And then there's a lot of good songs in that season. So it's hard to pick them out. I could name some, but I'm not gonna. That's not what we're here for. We're here to do a pickups video. So we're gonna do it. And I'm shooting with my phone. I don't know how long this thing actually films. I don't know if it films like 20 minutes, 30 minutes. I don't know. So I'm gonna have to watch it. But yeah, I recommend watching Umbrella Academy if you haven't, especially if you kind of like quirky superhero stuff. I think I mentioned the show Misfits before. It was a BBC show, but it was about these kids that all got powers from this freak storm. Like a lot of people did, and it was just hilarious, some of the things they came up with on that show. Some of those other people now are on other shows that are here in America, like Preacher. Two of the people on Preacher, Tulip and Cassidy, the people that play them, were on Misfits at one point. So, yeah. So, enough talking about that. All right, folks, let's see if we can stay on track a little bit here and not wander too much or meander or whatever the hell words we're going to use today. You know, I like using them big words. Okay, so pickups. Let me think. I finally got around to using this $50 Amazon gift card that a guy had gotten me, and I bought a couple of things with it. And then I'll show you those at the end, but I'm trying to think. Oh yeah, I got a story. My boss the other day, I was clocking out, and you know, he's probably about 12 years older than me, roughly, you know, 10 or 12 years older. And when I was clocking out, I said something because he was still there at the building, you know, and usually they're gone by 5, and it was about 5:20 or so. I go, "You're still here, huh?" I go, "I thought that was your car." And he's like, "Yeah." And he said something about, you know, he asked me, he goes, "Do you like playing billiards?" You know, and I'm like, "Yeah." I go, "Yeah, I do." You know, I prefer I prefer the term shooting pool, but yeah, I didn't say that to him though. But he's like, "Oh yeah," he goes, "You know, that's cool." He's like, "You know what, Adam, I got a pool table, you know." And I'm like, "Yeah." And he goes, "You ought to come over sometime and shoot pool with me." And I'm like, "Okay." And I'm thinking, you know, I mean, I like my bosses, but it's just one of those things where I started getting anxiety because I'm like, why is he inviting me over? You know, why is he inviting me over? You know, it was kind of my thing by myself, you know, to shoot pool. And why isn't it like a gathering or other people coming, you know, or whatever. But, you know, I figured he's talking down the road in the future. You know, I'm like, "Yeah, sure, sometime." And then I turned around and started to walk out. He goes, "How you feel about maybe Thursday?" This is what he said to me. And I'm like, "Shit, that's sudden," you know? And I'm like, "Yeah, sure, man. That sounds all right." You know, and he goes, "Yeah, you come over." He goes, "My wife might cook dinner, you know, we'll shoot some pool and stuff, and, you know, it'll be a good time." And I'm like, "All right." And like I said, it would be fine, but I would still have anxiety about it going. And did, and we'll explain that when I get there. So I go into work the next day, and I'm starting my day and getting some stuff around, and I go into the little area to get some coffee, and I come out, and he kind of, his office door is right by the kitchen, and he said, "Hey, Adam." And I came in there, and he goes, "Actually," and this is how my day starts. He's like, "Actually, my wife's going to be out of the house tonight, so thought maybe you might come over tonight. And we just order a pizza and shoot some pool. And I'm like, okay. You know, not wanting to show that I'm like, why in the hell? Now I go, now it's today, you know, is what I'm thinking. I'm like, shit. But I'm just like, okay, you know, and the whole day I'm like almost dreading it. I mean, not dreading going over there, just the whole experience and the whole deal. I figured, you know, he'd want me to follow him home from work, which would have been fine. And this is where things got off track. He gave me his address, and he was gone for the rest of the day. And then I think he either called or something. He might have called and said, "Why don't I just meet over at his house around 6:30? You know, we get off work at 5." And I said, "Okay," you know. And he lives in Blue Springs, and I live in Independence, which I told you where, you know, Vintage Stock. There's one in Blue Springs and there's one in Independence, and they're real kind of close. They're suburbs, but they're kind of connected together. And the thing is, I don't have, I just have a phone that I pay minutes on, like I buy minutes for it. People might call it a burner phone. I don't know. I've had it for 12 years. I just don't I don't need a plan. I don't talk to anybody except through text occasionally. I really don't do much with it. So I don't have like a GPS thing on my phone or a way to check stuff. So I had printed off directions off Google on paper and had them. Well, I didn't really look at them before I left, and I should have. But I had an hour or so to kill, and this is where the story's getting to. I had an hour or so to kill, so I went to the Blue Springs Vintage Stock and was wandering around, kind of looking, killing time until I could head toward his house. And you know, trying to get psyched up to go over there and going, God, I hope I'm not there too late, you know, and all this. And so I'm looking around, I'm looking at some games, and actually, oh well, I'll have to come back to it. But I was looking at some games, and I picked this one up that I'm going to show you here, and I kind of glanced at it, and I'd never seen the cover art before. And when I looked at it, immediately what I thought when I glanced at the front of it was some kind of Star Wars type of thing. Based on the spacecraft that's on the front, almost looks like an X-Wing. But I didn't know what this was, so I picked it up and I started looking on the back and reading it and just looking at the imagery. And I was like, I don't even know what this is, but it's got me intrigued. And, you know, usually, I told you, I like to buy on the cheap, or I'll go online. I usually don't impulse buy stuff I might be leaning out of camera. I don't impulse buy stuff at Vintage Stock usually anymore. I'll go and check it on eBay or whatever online, and then might go back, because they're usually a little pricey. But this one, I don't know. I just decided, hey, I'm going to get it. So I went ahead and bought this game. It's a PS4 title, and I did stick it in and play it for about 2 hours. I'm still working my way through Hellblade Senua's Sacrifice. Is that what it is? Sacrifice? I think so. Yeah, the next time I play that, I know I put 2 videos up with it, and people are like, whoa, those are, you know. The next one I do, I'm going to actually do some commentary on it. I'm going to talk on the headset while I'm doing it, because I'm kind of comfortable playing it now. Early on, I was just trying to get used to it and wanted to kind of immerse myself in the story a little bit. But I think this next time I'm going to be able to play it and do a little commentary on it while I'm playing it. So that might be a little more interesting for a few of you. But I picked this up, and it is the game. I don't know if y'all have heard of it. You may have. No Man's Sky. And as you can see right here, it looks like almost like an X-Wing on the front. And there's a guy standing here with like a backpack on or something. There's some other spaceships up here. And there's some like Oblivion-looking triangular floating thing in the air. But basically, it said, you know, your universe awaits, and it basically made it sound like it was unlimited. The exploration. I'm sure it's not, but I need a game like this, like a hole in the head. I really need games that I told you that are like 10 or 12 hours that I could power through and beat them. And this is not conducive to that. But I stuck this in, and when it started up, I immediately was just engrossed in it, because when I hit the button and started it, you start off and it's almost like the movie The Martian, when he wakes up and his suit's cracked and shit, and he's like, you know, trying to get inside. It's kind of like that. You wake up, your ship, you're on a planet that you don't even know what the planet is. You're crashed. Your ship's got some out of fuel or something. You're running low on your life support and all this stuff. And you have to immediately start kind of problem solving things. Like you have to repair, I think, your like a laser cutter or something, so you can start shooting rocks and stuff with it to harvest different minerals. And then those minerals you can use to replenish your O2 or your life support or your fuel or this and that. And it took me a while to figure it out, and I came so freaking close to dying. I mean, I was like 5% life. My life support was completely gone. My life was slowly going down. I got down to like 5% life. I'm staring at the menus. The time keeps going by even when the menu is activated. So I could have died at any second. And I start looking at it, and my eyesight's not as good as it used to be, but I'm looking and I see a little thing and it says like charge or something, and I click it and it says I need these things called isotopes, and I'm like, shit. And I happened to pick some up on accident, and I had just a little bitty bit, and I hit it, and it bumped my thing from like 5% up to like almost 50%. And I was like, oh, I got to go find some more of this shit. So from there, I kind of pulled my feet from the fire and was able to kind of bounce back until I was able to harvest the stuff and repair my ship to get up off planet. And that's kind of where I'm at. But the first thing I did, because we have this jetpack, is I ran to the edge of this cliff face and just jumped off and hit the blast of the jetpack. I was just going to fly over this terrain. And it went for about 4 seconds, and then it ran out of fuel, and I just felt like a dead weight and landed on the ground hard. And that took half my life when I did that right at the beginning. And I found out that you can do that. You can run and jump and give it a little boost, but let off and free fall. And then right before you hit the ground, you got to you blast it again, so you just land soft. It's kind of tricky, but I was really kind of just playing with this. Sorry, I'm holding it upside down. Was really cool. I think I paid $18 for it, so around 20. I told you 20 and under is my cutoff. So, but what I was gonna say is the weekend before that, before the weekend, and then that was in the middle of the week on a Wednesday. The weekend before that, I went to Resell Electronics, looked around. Didn't really see anything to buy that I wanted, but my cousin had been on the lookout for something, so I went ahead and picked it up for him. I'll just show it just because I bought it. It was $6, but he had wanted a copy of this, and I had one, and he goes, if you ever see a copy of this, and it ain't too much money, go ahead and pick it up for me. I'd appreciate it. And I'm like, no big deal, you know, because I told you, you know, a lot of times I'll buy him stuff, he'll buy me stuff, whatever, and we'll just give it to each other. And I think he had gotten me a Christmas present too, so I kind of felt not obligated, but I kind of felt like I wanted to get it for him. So it was $6. It's just a copy of Fallout 3 Game of the Year edition, and he's never played all the DLC and stuff. I've played through all the DLC. This is one of my favorite games of all time. I mean, really. My game on my PS3, I have all the bobbleheads. I collected all the bobbleheads. I just have those Nuka-Cola, purple Nuka-Cola bottles. I got about 50 of them in my bedroom up there. I kept the Megaton house. Um, just crazy. I've got all these gnomes out on the little deck outside. I've got like uh, about 40 gnomes outside, and I think he saw that stuff and thought it was hilarious. But I don't know. I get confused between some of the DLC for the one game and the other, and New Vegas, because in New Vegas there was this DLC where you get this stealth suit and this other stuff, which I have, and then on that I know you go to Operation Anchorage and you get some kind of like stealth thing. I don't remember. It's different though. But I picked that up for him, and then I went over to the pawn shop right there on Nolan Road. It used to be a Movies at Home a long, long time ago. And I don't know what it was before Movies at Home, but I know it was a Movies at Home video rental place. And I went in and I was looking, and they had some PS3 games, and the PS3 games and stuff, I think they said were $3. The PS4 games, I think, were 5 or 7. But I saw this game, and the front of it kind of looked like this No Man's Sky, and that's why I pulled this out to begin with. It was like this deep sea diving game called like Abseville or something to that effect. I don't know. I almost bought it. And then I was like, nah, I'll look on, and now I can't remember the dang name of it. But it was something about like scuba diving. I don't know. It was something strange, like a strange. It just had that weird kind of what's that one game? Rez. Yeah, Rez. It kind of felt like Rez. It kind of had some of that. So I almost bought it, but I didn't. And then I went to the back and was looking at their DVDs and Blu-rays and stuff. And I found this DVD. It was like, I think this was $3. So I went ahead and bought it. And it is the Clerks 10 anniversary DVD. Clerks is one of my lesser favorite Kevin Smith movies, but it is his first movie that he did. I've actually only seen it, I think, twice, maybe once, and part of it once. But this set's pretty cool. It's a 3-disc set. It's got like 2 different commentaries, and one with Brian Johnson and stuff from Tell 'em Steve Dave and Comic Book Men, which I still listen to Tell 'em Steve Dave every podcast. So, but yeah, I decided to pick this up. It was $3, and it's in really good shape. It's DVDs, but they're not scratched or anything. So I got that day, and then like I said, when I was out there, I saw that No Man's Sky, and thought it was that Absevall or whatever the hell. I thought it was ABVUL or ABZ something. I don't know. I'm starting to wonder if my time's running out on my camera again. It's still running. Hey, we're up to 16 minutes now. And you get to see my nice TV tray in the hallway with my... those aren't dirty clothes. They're just clothes that are piled up there because I haven't hung them up. So I don't feel too bad about showing them to you. Okay. What am I thinking? Oh, we'll talk about the Amazon gift card thing here in just a second. And then I forget what I was on my PS4. I was on updating the games and the No Man's Sky and stuff. And I went to the add-on. I went to the free stuff and looked at the add-ons, and I started flipping through the add-ons, and I saw add-ons for this game, and I didn't know what it was, but it was like anime style with these chicks with the big racks and stuff, and I didn't know what it was, and I was just like, whatever, and I didn't download any of it or anything at that time, and like a few days later, I went and I on eBay and kind of clicked the name of the game into the eBay thing to see what came up, and like a few different games came up, but then I decided to go to YouTube and type it in, and I watched a couple trailers, and I saw a trailer for this. I'm going to check it out. We'll probably do a video on it. I don't know. It's still sealed, but I think Best Buy was clearancing them through eBay or something. So I don't know if it's worth a shit or not, but but I went back and I downloaded the add-on pieces. I think that were free. Hey folks, so we're back. Ran out of camera memory. Didn't know it was going to go that long, and evidently the camera said no mas. So, or my phone or whatever the hell. We're filming on the phone this time to see what kind of quality we get. I think it gets the best picture actually, but I just don't know how long the timer is on it. So anyway, the game that I picked up, since we didn't see it, was Sinron Karuga Blast Renewal. It's got this nice shiny kind of sheen to the case or whatever. Like I said, it's still sealed. I'm going to pop it open here in just a second, I think. Bountiful Bosoms, Bloom Again. You know, Sandamtod loves some Bountiful Bosoms, from Elvira to Jessica Rabbit, the DOA games, and everything in between. So, I don't know. Like I said, it was not dirt cheap, but it was cheap. And it was like a special edition thing, so I was like, why not? So, went ahead and picked this up. And let's go ahead and crack it open, because if I don't, then I'll get off track, because I got other things to do here. Didn't buy it to keep it wrapped. Not this time. Can't see the bosoms if they're encased in the box. Okay, so I never know if it's good to open the top or the bottom. Let's go with the bottom. And slide this stuff out here. Okay, so that's just that. And then the game here, Sinron Blast, or Sinron Karuga. I don't even know if I'm saying that right. What's it say on the back here? Bountiful Bosoms Bloom Again, the origin of the explosive busty brawler series. Sinron Karuga Burst is reborn in full 3D. New fighters, new features, and cheekier than ever, it says. So we shall find out. We'll do probably a gameplay on it just for the hell of it. It does have the M rating. Partial nudity, sexual themes, strong content, and violence. Well, I was going to say I'll leave this sealed for now, but what good is that? Might as well see the whole show, right? Oh. I didn't know they were going to double wrap the game inside of the other box that they had already wrapped. Okay. Okay. So here is the game and some kind of PS4 downloadable content. I think there is some more downloadable content that came with this. If it's still active, I'd probably download it. Unless it's stuff I already got. Yeah, there's a code. So, color instruction book, nice, and it's got some heft to it. It's weird to see an instruction booklet nowadays. And so we'll slide this case art out real quick just so we can see the back of it. Yep, so like I said, I don't even know what this really is. So it'll be an experience for both of us. Or both of us, like there's only two of us here. That's how I feel anyway, I guess. Me and the camera. Me and the collective we, the royal we. And then there's this soundtrack thing. We're cracking it open now. I probably could have left this sealed, but I want to see what it looks like. All right. This girl's got crabs, evidently. Okay. That was a bad joke. Anywho, this is the soundtrack, I guess. And then it's got the soundtrack list on the back. And then I don't know what the case art is underneath the audio discs. Come on. That's the case art underneath. So, like I said, I forget what this was. I know it was under, I think it was around, I don't know, it's under 40 from what I remember. But what the hell? You only live once. Even though I'll probably never hardly play it. It's like that other thing that I bought on the 360, that game. It's up there somewhere. Some game I bought that came with like a faceplate and some other stuff. And I mainly bought it because it was like getting clearanced on Amazon. And then I've never played the game ever. I think I did unwrap it though. So I'm not going to put that back in the case. You know I'm notorious for that. I'll leave it out for the moment. Okay, so since we are talking about bosoms, let's go ahead and talk about the Amazon gift card. I went ahead and picked up another Elvira movie collection. This one's got 12 movies on it. It's called the Mega Movie Marathon. It's Elvira's Mega Movie Marathon with 12 different movies. And the discs. I already ripped these onto my computer, the actual movies. So, yeah. So, Mega Movie Marathon. I think this was $25, but it's got 12 movies on it. So, now the movies are cut down for TV with commercials, and then she does some little cheeky inserts here and there and comments and stuff during the movie. So, you know, that cuts down on it. So they're only like an hour and a half or something instead of being like full-length movies. But the movies back then were shorter, too. So, and then also I bought this poster. Guess what it is? It's Elvira. This 24 by 36 poster there. I had some little posters. And then my action figurine that I had bought. And then, yeah, I just bought that. So, you know, part of the luxury of living the single life is you can have posters of Elvira up in your house. So anyway, the last thing. This was a bargain and a half, in my opinion. And you may disagree or agree, and it's why we've had Wizard of Oz on the whole time. When I was on eBay, one of the times I was looking around, and I went to my save searches, and I actually clicked on my Big Lebowski Laserdisc save search, and there's like one or two available. I think it was from the UK or Canada. It was like $60, and I was like, no, I'm not buying it. I want it, but I'm not buying it for $60 and then whatever shipping it is. But they had this Wizard of Oz DVD Laserdisc. And I already had the Blu-ray. That's what's playing in the background. The Blu-ray's got basically everything that's essentially on this thing, but I'm going to show it to you. This person had this posted for $14 on an auction or a best offer type of thing. And it had like a day and something left, and it was over the weekend, and I didn't bid on it, and it went by, and nobody bought it. So the guy reposted it and marked it down to $13.50. I'm not hiding this. It is a Wizard of Oz Laserdisc, but you'll see why it's so cool for $13.50. He had it posted, and I went to make him an offer, and I was just going to offer him $14 flat out, and then it said I forget. Well, no, maybe I didn't go to make an offer. I clicked to make an offer, and it said other people have already made an offer or something. And I was like, oh, well, damn, I really kind of wanted this now. So I offered the person, I go, I'll give you 15, which they were wanting $13.50 on a bid for it. I'm assuming that whoever was trying to best offer him was shooting lower than $13.50. I go, I'll give you $15 for it if you ship it for free and just let me buy it now. And about 2 days went by, and then I got a message back from him saying, yeah, we'll take that deal. So I bought this, and this is the oddest and craziest thing I've ever seen. I think what it was is I think it was one of those deals where it didn't get sold at the store, so they did a little bit of where they'll use like a hole punch on some of the laser discs and punch through the corner of the sleeve. I don't have any like that, but I've seen them. But this one I think maybe had that going on. Either that or it just got dinged a couple times. But this thing is so crazy, and I'm going to show it. I still can't believe I got this for 15 bucks. It is this freaking thick. This is a laser disc, folks. It's this thick. It's called the Ultimate Oz. It's this box set. There's the front. It's got the green foil inlay. Some of it's just barely coming off right there. There's a little bitty bit of damage, and this is what I'm saying. Maybe they damaged it on purpose. I don't know that they did, but the back on this corner here on the bottom also has a hole. And it's kind of weird that there would be one on the opposite corner at the top and one on this side at the bottom. So I'm thinking maybe it was one of those that they marked down or clearanced or whatever at one point. But we're going to crack this open. I'm going to show you why it's so damn cool. Even if you don't, everybody's pretty much seen Wizard of Oz or knows what it is. So I'm not telling you anything you don't know. But the box lid on the inside has artwork. And then this is the little slip that comes with it that shows everything that comes inside of the laser disc, which is a hefty amount of stuff. And this shows all the stuff on the this side are all the special features that are on the disc. This is all the media, and this is a poster that I think you could mail off for. And the thing it is still in this box to mail off for it, but you can no longer get that poster, which I wish I had that poster. It's pretty damn cool. But the lid has the wording on both sides. You know, you're not supposed to lay laser discs flat. You're supposed to stand them on the ends. That's why the words are turned this direction so they all, go in line when you put them in line. The inner part of the cover, or the lid, has this picture of Judy Garland, and then some, it looks like promo art or poster type art, promotional art for it. And then there's some somebody's thoughts or something on the inside there. You can read it if you pump enough light in there, but you probably can't tell what it says or anything. But you can definitely probably see there's some. It's because there's writing, or not writing, but type over the top of it. I haven't read the whole thing. I just thought it was really cool that they even had that on just on the inner lid. This is why I think laser discs are so cool. The media and stuff. You get stuff nowadays, you're lucky you get a download. You download it, and that's all you get, and you don't get any kind of media or anything. This is the actual movie. It came in on 2 discs, and then it came in this fold-out sleeve thing, like albums used to. But it folds out and opens up like this, and then you can have all of these pictures and stuff inside from The Wizard of Oz, which is pretty cool. It's very shiny. You can tell they didn't, have it out, or it didn't get a lot of, pulled out and looked at very often. And then the back looks like this. It's got some more promotional pictures and artwork on it. It looks like some posters and stuff from when the movie came out. And then down here you have it says your runtime and your other stuff at the bottom. The discs are just I'll pull one out just to show, as we always do. But it's 4 sides. The movie is 4 sides, 2 discs, front and back. And Go ahead and pull it out. There she be. The Mama Jamma. And so there's two of these. You got to flip it 2 times. So you're up and down, you know, up and down, up and down, up and down if you want to watch it. That's why I mainly collect these now, and then I watch my Blu-ray, which I don't have to get up and down. But this was just too damn cool. And here I am wasting time putting that back in, but I want to be careful with this. This has not been, you can tell, look, no creasing around the edges of it. It's definitely been kept in this. It's nice. It looks very nice. This is, believe it or not, the track list for the DVD. The supplementary stuff and the feature stuff, as well as some more I think some wording on the left here. I haven't even looked through all this yet. I mean, to read it all, but on the back, it's got all the different stuff listed for who composed what, who did what, where, and this and that and the other thing. We're only about halfway done, folks. Then there's a third disc that's the supplementary disc. The Making of a Movie Classic, hosted by Angela Lansbury, plus supplemental material. This is your supplementary disc. It's still sealed, folks. I'm not going to unseal it. There's no need to. It's on my Blu-ray. But this is still sealed, vacuum sealed from the factory. Never been opened. And this is your making of and your other stuff, you know, auditions, things of that nature. Pretty dang cool. And it has all the stuff listed down the side here. Buddy Ebsen singing If I Only Had a Heart, you know, before he got a friggin' silver poisoning or whatever the hell it was. Okay, last things. There's 2 more things in here, believe it or not. And this is why the damn box is so thick. It came with a complete bound script of the movie. Let me get it out here. I'm trying to be careful because there's other pieces in here. This is the script. God damn. It's like a phone book. They did it in the emerald green. And it is literally the script from beginning to end of the movie. It's single-sided. I don't know if this is how they do it in Hollywood, instead of putting a copy on both sides or whatever. I don't know. I don't know if this is how a real script would be, not really like with the shiny cover on it like this, but, you know, to this effect. This looks brand new as well. I really was hesitant to open it up too wide. I didn't want to, you know, screw the spine up on this or whatever. But I did open it up and kind of look at some of the stuff, and it reads pretty much just like the movie did. You're going to see the wizard? Dorothy, do you think if I went with you, the wizard would give me some brains? That's a scarecrow. Dorothy, I couldn't say, but even if he didn't, you'd be no worse off than you are now. Yes, that's true. You know, I mean, it basically is exactly like the movie. This is the little poster thing to order that poster that never got mailed in. And then the last thing are these pictures, and these pictures are awesome. They're on photo paper. They're actually on photo paper. It's not like just printed off friggin' crap. These feel like photographs, and there's 5 of them, and they came in. They're like a gloss finish. They're promotional photographs. Look at this. Here's one of the promotional photographs of them, you know, with Dorothy in the bed and everybody around her when she wakes up after she gets back from Oz. And the guy, you know, the wizard over here, I forget his name at the beginning, but the guy, the fortune teller guy. And yeah, that's pretty dang cool. This one is also pretty badass. It's got the Wicked Witch with a flying monkey and Dorothy in the crystal ball. I've had this song stuck in my head for friggin' like days too. It's from that, I'm telling you, it's from the Umbrella Academy soundtrack. This song's been stuck in my head. I don't know why. This is also two of the shots are like kind of production shots, like behind the scenes, and three of them are actually look like they were filmed while the movie was being filmed. This one is the wizard getting ready to launch the balloon with everybody up on the dais, and him in the basket with Dorothy. I think that's before Toto runs off to chase a cat or something. And the last two are this is them filming a scene by the Tin Woodman's cottage with him after they oil him up. That sounds a little dirty, doesn't it? Oiling him up. But you can see the boom camera and the other stuff. So that was definitely a behind-the-scenes kind of shot. And this one also has the director, which I didn't know. I mean, I kind of did, but I had forgotten. The guy that directed Gone with the Wind also directed Wizard of Oz. So it's got this picture has him and then one of the producers and then all of the Munchkins with Judy Garland standing on the yellow brick road. All right, folks, damn it. This video is in a bunch of pieces. It cut out again right at the end of that. I didn't know it. I already boxed the damn thing back up. You did get a quick shot of that. That was the last piece of that thing. And I talked about how I thought about reading the Wizard of Oz books, but I never did, and blah, 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 and went on for 10 minutes, and whatever. So we're going to end the video now because I've already done it 3 times, and we'll call it a vid. Thanks for coming by. We're going to try to do some upcoming videos. I did notice I've been watching my NES childhood video, or part of it today, that I said I would do one for the SNES and for the Sega CD and Genesis. And I will, but it's not really childhood because it's kind of like, well, it's pre-21, so I guess I consider that, you know, whatever. We'll call it, you know, early adulthood. The stuff I had, I guess what we were going to call it is the stuff that I owned in generation. The stuff I bought when the console was new and stuff, and when I quit buying stuff for it before I dove back into this 10-year binge of collecting that we've done here on YouTube. The stuff that I had before we got back into collecting, basically. The first video was easier to do because it was stuff that I had when I was little, or littler. Definitely skinnier. So, yeah, sign off. Thanks for coming by. Leave a comment if you've played any of those games, the Bosom game or the No Man's Sky. I thought it would look pretty damn awesome. And, yeah, so we'll call it a video, and like I thanked you probably 15 times. Yeah, just hang in there. We'll do something coming up. There's always more pickups. Always more pickups. So, anyway, bye.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? Is this not why you are here?